Let's take a look at Bernie Sanders. Which deck are we going to use here? Bernie Sanders. We're going to look at his chances. Now, I do not do readings on whether a person is going to become president. Because as we see, the entire field is not laid out yet. We don't even know if Biden is going to run. Mind you, we are not even close. Well, we kind of are, but you know what I mean. To election season. So, although they're running for president now, it's not 2020 yet. So, Bernie Sanders. What I look at is what are the chances? What are the chances? What are their strong points? What are their weak points? What are the challenges? So we are going to do 16 cards and have a look at Bernie Sanders. And 16 and 2 cards to go on. So Bernie Sanders, we have Temperance, called Equilibrium in the Celtic Tarot. Equilibrium, it just means balance. But in the Tarot, Temperance means compromise, which is balance, I suppose. And then we have the Empress, or the Mother. So let's take a look. Bernie Sanders. We first start off with the Nine of Swords. This is stress and worry. The Three of Swords. And stress and worry, but it's separation and anxiety and betrayal, backstabbing. Queen of Cauldrons. The World. So there is a female who is going to do a dirty tricks campaign on you. It may be a water sign woman. The Three of Wands. Because I said Charles Schultz, Nick Schultz, Starbucks Schultz, that guy. There are at least two more people that are certainly going to join his realm, of these I'm an outsider coming in type of thing. So it could be that person. Because you are seen as a very strong contender, so they could be doing a dirty tricks campaign on you, which is why I got female energy and compromise. So you could have yourself a female opponent, because I know when you ran against Hillary, then they did the whole you're a sexist thing. So we'll see what happens there. There is the Ace of Wands, so there is fresh new ideas and fresh new actions. I'm going to say fresh actions. I think your ideas are pretty solid. I think people know where you stand on what it is that you stand for. So I don't think it's new ideas per se. I think it's more along the lines of new action. So running for president is a new action. So right behind that, though, was the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is a card that says what you had is off the ground. So not only did you announce the bid, but here you are. But there is some new action behind that. So maybe you're going to do an early running mate, or maybe you're going to do new ads in the early stages. But there is some new action. There's also some new money, but I don't see that yet. But apparently you've raised $3 million already. So there is fighting as well. And coincidentally, it is right under that water sign woman, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. Under the World is the Two of Shields. That is balance in a chaotic environment. So I think you will be a little more hands-on, which could add to your worry and your stress. So that may not be something you want to do right out the gate, because you're not a spring chicken, so you don't really need to put everything on your shoulder. Juggling in a chaotic environment is something you will have to do as president, but it's not something that you need to do as president by yourself. Ask for help. Don't be ashamed to do so. The Knight of Shields. This is the person carrying money, so there's your money. The Shadow. So what hangs over you is the separation and the ideas. So you have There's under the separation and under the ideas. Oh, I see. I see. This is you and the Democratic Party, or the establishment of the Democratic Party, because we have now got this, you know, Justice Democrats versus corporate Democrats thing, and you are supposed to be a fan favorite of the Justice Democrats. So there's sort of a, kind of like the last time, the corporate Democrats don't really care for you so much because you're bad for donors. So your ideas do loom over you. And, you know, it in the end, it doesn't really matter. I mean, it kind of matters, but, you know, people are going to vote for who they vote for. The only way this matters is if you don't get the nomination, and then we have a repeat of the last time when you had the Bernie or Bust campaigns. There's more money coming after the fighting. So I think what happens after this woman does her Dirty Tricks campaign against Bernie Sanders is the interest in you elevates. So what she uses for evil turns out to be good. The world card and the balancing in the world, there's the tower. This is what I just said. You cannot take it all on yourself. You have to ask for help. You have to learn how. However you got to do it, do it. There's truth under the money. So it's not dark money. It's not secret money. For those who are ever worried about such a thing. Underneath the shadow is the loss, though. This is where your chances go bad. Is the separation, the ideas, the looming over you, and then the loss. So just like I said, the balance is not there. The Democrats are not necessarily with you because you're bad for donors. You're good for independent donors, but not corporate donors. So, I mean, that doesn't mean you're not going to be president. It just means you're not going to have their support. But you don't necessarily need their support. If everybody stands behind you, then all you need is the country. Seven of Shields underneath your money. So your support is deep-seated. So these people, you are the messiah to millennials. So it's deep-seated. You don't have to worry about this woman and the fighting. Like, we live in an age where information spreads like that. So yes, she can sit on one side of the world, say something bad about you, and it shoots to the other side of the world in seconds via live feed. But the same can happen in the other direction. She can call you a liar, then they can tell you how it is that you are actually telling the truth. So that's not a bad thing. What hangs you up, though, stagnation and going nowhere, just like I said, because it's right underneath it, is trying to do everything in the world yourself. Gets you nowhere. It gets you nowhere. So what are your chances? Your chances are good because you have the money, you have the truth, you have the support, because people see the lies and they turn right back to you and said, no, we're with you. The DNC is not going to be behind you yet again. So forewarned is forearmed on that one. Don't do everything yourself. It's not worth it. It's not necessary either. So, again, I'm not doing readings on if he's going to become president because the whole field is not full yet. So, what are his chances? They look all right. Sharing of time, money, and information. So, they just may feel the burn for 2020.